How's it going, you guys? My name is Matt Bills, and I want to welcome you to the 0 to 100K project, where I'm challenging myself to go from 0 to $100,000 a month in passive income. And the best part about that is I'm inviting all of you guys right now to come on that journey with me. Sorry about that echo there, guys, but I'm inviting all of you guys to come on that journey with me. And if that excites you, if that's something that you want to change your financial future forever, then right now, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like this video. Let's get it out to as many people as we possibly can. And I have a free Telegram group called the 0 to 100K project. I'll have that link down below. It's basically like a mastermind of people that are all headed in the same direction, focusing on the same goals, and just super encouraging. It's free. You guys will love that. But we're really here to talk about AJ and EMP Money. He's going to be telling us all about their new NFT Mint that's coming out. They're partnering with MDB, and this is so exciting, you guys. I've been very stoked about this. It's happening in 2 days on the 30th. And so I brought AJ on here right now. He's kind of been on a whirlwind AMA tour, so he's probably feeling a little gassed right now. AJ, how are you doing, man? I know you've been really hitting it hard.
Yeah, brother, no doubt, Matt. So first of all, man, I am so honored to be here. I'm a huge fan. I promise I'm not a fanboy, but yeah, man, you've been killing it. I appreciate all your coverage and support, not only on EMP but on the DeFi space in general. So yeah, man, it's been a heck of a journey. We've done about 17 AMAs in the last 6 days. So and that's why I apologize. I was a little bit late. Today, we were wrapping up an AMA right before this one, but now I'm good to go. I have all the time we need for this AMA. Again, bro, you were my priority today. So happy to be here and happy to talk about anything. I mean, we can definitely start with like some background before we get into NFT, but whatever you want to do, bro, I'm here and I can't wait to talk to your community.
Awesome. You guys, I'm hearing like a big echo. Are you guys hearing that on your end?
I don't hear it on my end, but maybe out in YouTube land.
Okay, I don't know what it is. So as long as you guys aren't hearing it, but it is kind of messing me up here. Um, let me see. Like you guys in the comments, can you tell me, are you hearing that echo that I'm hearing? I just want to quickly take care of it in case it is.
Yeah, no worries, brother. We got time.
Okay, so people are saying it's good for them. I don't know why it's not good for me. It's kind of truly. So I have the echo cancellation turned on. So usually that fixes that problem. Let me see something here. I might have to switch over to my headphones. Hang on just 1 second, guys. Okay. I'm just going to do it this way. So if everybody's good, we got headphones rocking here. So we'll get right into this. So yeah, AJ, why don't you just, I know a lot of my audience, they are in EMP, but there's a good deal of them that are not in EMP and they're not familiar with it. So if you could, for those people, just kind of give like a high level overview. I know it's a very in-depth protocol, so you don't have to get super detailed, but just a high level kind of what it is. And also a little bit about yourself, real brief, just so people can get to know you, because I think you're an amazing guy. You're an OG in the space. And you know, when people are investing, they know that they're investing in the people, not just the project. So if you could just kind of hit that just briefly for me, I think that'd be great.
Yes, absolutely, Matt. So, again, to start off, my name is AJ Brockman. I am fully doxxed and KYC'd. You can Google who I am. Again, very different than most crypto projects that have anonymous, team leads. And that was super important to me. Again, I am an OG, like Matt said. I've been in crypto for the last 7 years, full-time crypto for the last 5 years, and I wanted to start a project not only where everybody could win, where it's not a pump and dump or a
Mhm.
meme token, but also a project that I would want to be involved in if I were the investor. So we've launched that with EMP. Again, as you can see, I'm also in a wheelchair, so I am a quadriplegic. I have a condition called spinal muscular atrophy that basically just means my muscles are very weak. But luckily it has never affected my brain, and I've lived life to the fullest. I had a career outside of crypto as a professional artist, and I actually did a portrait
So
for
cool.
President President Obama. So that was my claim to fame, so to speak. And I used that to open my own art gallery, a music venue in South Florida, and ultimately a brewery as well. So all of those
Cool.
businesses are outside of crypto, and I bring that business acumen into crypto and run this project as
Mhm.
if it were a real world business. And I think that's very important
Yeah.
when it comes to these DeFi projects. So, and yeah, not to get too far in the weeds, but EMP is very complicated,
Yeah.
and so I understand that fully. But really, at the core of what we are a passive income platform with exposure to Ethereum and now BNB as well through our E Share BNB reactor protocol. So right now we are a bit below peg. As with any DeFi protocol, we are not immune to the bear market. However, we've been building this entire time. So even though now we're about 50% away from peg, we have seen a major uptick in the charts. eShare and EMP are recovering very nicely. We still have 15 million TVL in the protocol. And between EMP and eShare, we have over $4 million of
Wow.
liquidity. So with DeFi protocols, projects are lucky if they have $100,000 of liquidity. And even during the middle of a
Yeah.
bear market, we've been able to maintain that deep liquidity. So yeah, again, I don't want to get too
Right.
complicated, but that's a quick overview of EMP. I'm sure you can add, Matt. You have a great
Yeah.
way of
Well,
explaining. So go
I'll
ahead.
just add, yeah, quickly, I'll just add that you guys started as a Tomb fork, a fork of Tomb. You guys have kind of evolved away from that and probably are going to continue to do so in the future as you develop and kind of put your own twist on things, stamp your own like identity on it. But basically, yeah, you guys, I think you've been around, maybe is it like 7 months now? Something like that?
Yes, absolutely, bro. So we launched in February of this year, and you are 100% right. We started as a Tomb fork, but we have already implemented
Yeah.
major changes through the detonator and the
Right.
reactor, and a lot of things that take us away from that Tomb fork model. And
Right.
now we're our own beast, for
Yeah.
sure. So
And what I've always heard you say, and what I think is great, is you are very focused on sustainability, which most tomb forks are not, and they're not around anymore. But you,
exactly.
yeah, so you guys have really put an emphasis on that. And correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is that right now, like you guys have enough funds that you could actually force the project back to peg. But the idea isn't just to get back to peg, it's to stay there, like get there and stay there, right? So it can keep printing and do it in a healthy way.
Absolutely, Matt.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah,
just to point that out, like, you guys are trying to do something in the right way, and you're trying to bring in real revenue streams, which you can kinda touch on that as we jump into the NFT Mint with your detonator as a service stuff that you have going on that's bringing in these real revenue streams that everything all working together is gonna truly, bring the overall health of the ecosystem back up, and when that happens, it's just gonna become more and more of a money printer as time goes on, so that's kind of the way I see it.
Yeah, no, again, bro, no, you took the words out of my mouth. That's an awesome recap. And
Okay.
yeah, I mean, again, we do have plans on everything that Matt just said. We have our own YouTube channel as well.
Okay.
Again, Matt, I'm a fellow YouTuber now, bro.
Yeah.
So we uh
Yeah.
we we just surpassed 2,000 subs on our YouTube, and we
Awesome.
just released a video literally last week about this peg recovery plan. So
Okay.
just like Matt said, we do have funds in the treasury
Mhm.
now, but we don't want to just provide exit liquidity
Right.
for everybody that may be a bad actor or they don't understand the protocol.
Mhm.
However, we can put revenue streams into place to not only recover peg, but then to maintain peg indefinitely. So again, we will always be pegged to Ethereum, and we will always have the peg as part of our financial model, but we will be doing a lot of other unique implementations to help curb some of that inflation, through the boardroom and offer other burn mechanisms as
Okay.
well as incentives on EMP, so that it actually becomes more valuable to hold your EMP than to sell it. So that's the ultimate goal.
Awesome. That's so cool. Okay. So let's, now that we kind of have that basic overview, and just so you guys, when, if you don't know what he's talking about when he's saying on peg or not on peg, this number here, if you can see on my screen, this is like the peg health. And basically the goal is for this to be pegged. When it's at peg, it's at $1, right, AJ?
Yep, so
So,
1.00, and then to
yeah.
actually print in the boardroom, which again, I don't want to get too complicated.
Yeah. Yeah. We're just going to
Yeah,
touch on it.
but yeah, this is the way that again, EMP, the only way to mint new EMP, again, not even the team can mint new tokens. The only way to mint is through the boardroom, and once we are at 1.01 peg, that is when the boardroom turns on, and as long
Cool.
as you have E Share staked in the
In here.
boardroom, yep, you can get up to, if you scroll back up, Matt, I think the last time the boardroom printed, you got 1400% APR. So
Yeah. So,
that's where, the boardroom is extremely lucrative when the protocol can
yeah.
handle, the new volume. So
Okay, so that kind of leads us into then how can we get some e-share besides buying it off the market? Okay, so let's
yeah.
talk about what we're here to talk about, this Sentinel Squadron NFT mint that you guys have going on, and you guys are partnered with MDB, and kind of give us the brief overview of it, and I'm just going to ask you questions as they come to me as you're talking.
All right, I love it, man. Yes, please feel free to interrupt me. We'll go over all this. So
Sure.
again, with EMP, we're very aware that it is very complicated, and we have our own EMP Academy
Yeah.
that does everything we can to explain the protocol. But even that can be a little overwhelming. So we always wanted to launch an NFT that had true use case and value in our ecosystem, but also took away a lot of that user error or user emotion,
Right.
or not knowing how to play the game, so to speak. So this is something that we came up with. Again, we partnered with MDB as well. They're another amazing protocol. Matt, I think you've done coverage on them as well, but
Yeah.
their MDB stands for Making DeFi Better, and their founder is fully doxed as well.
Yep.
Danny, the Godfather. So again, we love them. We have a great relationship, and they're another project here, in DeFi for the right reasons. So
Yeah.
they had an amazing launch of their Infinity NFT about a month ago, and that sold out in about 1 minute.
Wow.
And their NFTs were $1,000 each, and a lot less of a mint as well. So with that success that they had, and our idea of putting out our own NFT, we thought, man, let's partner up, let's leverage both communities and really blow this out of the water. So
Yeah.
that's where the Sentinel Squadron was born. And again, a Sentinel is a being that oversees. There they are, right there, our robots. We're going with that post-apocalyptic theme that EMP has. And so, yes, to the good stuff now. So we are minting 5,000 NFTs total. Each
Okay.
NFT will be $300, and that is payable in BUSD or Phoenix Plus. So if you're familiar with the EMP ecosystem, I'm sorry, the MDB ecosystem, you'll know what Phoenix Plus is.
Yeah.
If you're not, don't be confused. You can just use BUSD. But this will be happening on Sunday, October 30th. And then once we mint out, I mean, we're with the hype that we've been able to generate, we're pretty confident we'll be able to mint out, and that will be $1.5 million of new revenue entering our protocol. And so, how do we produce the yield? So that's again one of the things I really want to touch on.
Okay.
We're going to be going into the reactor. So exactly like you pulled up there, perfect, Matt. So we are going to be utilizing the funds to do eShare BNB LP. We will then enter the reactor through the win it now. So yeah, if you go deposit, you're on it, Matt. I love it,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Yeah. So this is a function that anybody can do. So we don't have an unfair advantage.
Hmm.
As long as you have the funds, anybody can do the win it now. So what it is that by depositing 2% of the overall pool, right now that's 66 LP, you are automatically guaranteed a double on your investment. And the reason
Right.
that we do this is to encourage whales to bolster the pool. We want the pool balance to be as high as it can be because that means more payouts for everybody that's in Reactor. And the longer that the pool balance grows, the longer the lifespan of the contract. So by doing this over the next few weeks and months, we'll be able to inject $1.5 million of new volume into Reactor, and then we will be using a conservative compounding schedule. This will all be done through smart contracts. So we're not managing the funds
Hmm.
for anybody. Again, if you're buying this NFT, you're agreeing to, the decentralized, trustless smart contracts. No expectation of profit from the work of others. Just to get that out of the way. But
Okay.
yeah, so we're doing all this again behind the scenes, and so by doing this, we're able to compound 70% of the rewards every day and claim 30% of the rewards every day. And by doing that, we're always compounding more than we're claiming, which in theory as well will keep a very solid floor on the Reactor protocol because we're the largest good actor in that contract. So once we do claim, that will be claimed in E Share BNB, and then the E Share will be distributed as rewards, and the BNB and will be used to buy MDB off the market
Okay.
and then distribute that MDB as well. So by holding the NFT, you are getting both E Share and MDB, and it will be claimable on our website. So we looked at
Okay.
doing an automatic distribution right into your wallet, but that was going to be very expensive in terms of gas
Hmm.
fees, and we would rather give you more rewards than spend it on gas. So all you have to do is come and claim, but you don't have to claim every day. So like with Reactor, you if you're
Yeah.
in it on your own, one of the frustration that people have had is having to compound or claim once a day. And
Right.
so with the NFT, those rewards will accumulate, so you can claim once a week or once a day, once a month, whatever you want to do. So and one last thing, we've been very conservative on the APR
Hmm.
that we're advertising, and we feel like these NFTs will absolutely reward a starting value of 0.4% daily. So almost half a percent on that $300 mint price is very lucrative. And
Right.
because it's an NFT, you could sell your NFT at any point and get your capital back.
Yeah.
So if not even more, I mean, again, not financial advice, but we've seen these NFTs, 2 or 3x from mint price easily. So yeah, I know that was a lot,
Yeah.
Matt.
Let
I'm
me try to
happy to
unpack it.
answer. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Okay.
Please. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was great. I loved all that. So basically to boil it down, the way I kind of view it is you get like almost like a fractionalized ownership of a $1.5 million reactor deposit. So like and you get paid out in E Share and MDB. And I'll touch on in just a second, like because as an investor, you're thinking, well, why do I want to earn those tokens? So I'll touch on that in just a second because you're not actually getting paid out in BUSD or something like or something like a stable coin. But so that's kind of what's going on here. So even though what he said might be complicating to some people, they're going to do it all for you. That's the beauty of you just hold the NFT in your wallet. That's all going to be done for you. You can claim every day, or you can let it spool up a little bit and collect it when you want to. And I'll say firsthand, my life is pretty full right now. I have 4 little girls, 8 years old and younger. So a lot of times I'm like, in my time, Central Time, it's like 7 o'clock, I think, is when the rollover is. And I'm always like doing baths or doing some crazy, like making dinner, dad duty stuff. And
Yeah, you got your hands full,
I
brother. Yeah.
often miss it, so I'm like, oh, I have my alarms going off and everything. But this is kind of cool for that fact that it's basically they're going to do it all for you. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Now, I wanted to say about the 0.4%. I was just curious about this. In that calculation, are you factoring in the win it now, like doubling?
We are, but
Okay.
we're not calculating potential lottery prizes. So
Yes.
again, by having that large position, again, those of you that know how Reactor works, you're also get incentivized by compounding and,
Right.
and depositing new funds in the form of tickets. And that alone, could substantially boost that pool.
Hmm.
Again, that was an amazing analogy, Matt. Nobody has said that yet, but a fractionalized ownership of a reactor pool balance. I love that. So
Yeah.
yeah, and that is it. And again, I mean, we've been super conservative. I mean, we could easily see the APR be much more
Yeah.
than what we're saying, but we just want to be very very vague to
Right.
begin with. Yeah,
No, I love that. I love that. And so, like, again, real quick, he talked about those. You get 50 lottery tickets a day. That we will all get the chance of like 50 chances to
exactly.
win the random lottery. So that's another way that our overall pool balance, that what we have deposited here, could go up, and earnings could go up. But the second, well, I don't know how many ways there are, but another way that could happen is basically the price of E share going up. Is that right?
Yeah, another amazing point. So again, we can't predict the future, so therefore we can't really do the math on the
Right.
future. But yeah, I mean, you can see from the historical data there, each share could absolutely
Yeah.
go insane.
Bananas.
And
Yeah.
yep, and once that happens, again, I mean, because you're being rewarded in each share, it could be the APR could be absolutely ridiculous
Yes.
at some point in the future, and that will give the inherent value of these NFTs a massive boost. So again, not financial advice, but you could easily see a 2 or 3x, if not more, on the NFT mint price
Right.
because it's yielding so lucrative returns. So yeah,
Yeah, that's amazing because I mean AJ's not going to really say it because he doesn't want to overpromise anything. But I mean,
exactly.
you could see, at all time high was about $3,000, almost $3,000 for E share, and you could just see what the potential is. And even this is the daily chart, but even the last couple of days, if you quickly pull the numbers there, that's like almost 200% in the last couple of days. So you can kind of see how this thing can move. So why would you want to earn E share? I think that's pretty evident why you would want to do that. And then just quickly on the flip side of the coin, I have the MDB chart sitting here, and here we are, April of this year, and this is their chart. This is MDB, the coin that you're going to be receiving as part of the pair, and this is the bear market, and it's up and to the right. And so I think that speaks a lot to both of your guys' ecosystems and what you have going on. So my main point in bringing that up is just to say these aren't junk coins. Like these are great protocols with amazing ecosystems built around them, great communities, like kind of pillars in the DeFi space. So that's why I'm stoked about it.
I love it, Matt. No doubt, man. And man, I haven't looked at the MDB chart. That is a sexy chart, man.
It's, I mean,
I love it. So
what,
I'm not,
yeah,
yeah, I'm
where's the
not a,
bear market? Where is it?
exactly, bro. Exactly. I'm not a major TA,
Yeah,
technical analysis
yeah,
guy. But I mean that is so true. And eShare and BNB, I'm sorry, eShare and MDB are both income producing assets.
yes,
So in other words, that's another really key difference. I mean, obviously, we're all here to make money.
yep,
We want people to take profit in MDB and eShare. However, especially in a bear market, you can then use your eShare to go into Reactor on your own, or put it in the boardroom again,
right,
like we showed earlier, when we are getting closer to peg. And now that will produce more assets for you. And MDB, they have a single staking option of MDB, as well as an LP pool of MDB and BNB on their platform as well. So, yep, right there. If you go to that launch app, I think it's about 140% APR on the staking. Yeah, if you go
oh,
down
staking, okay, oh,
a
right
little
there,
more, there
got
you
it,
go.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, on the single asset, it's only 15%, but that's again just no risk. But if you go
right,
into the MDB BNB right there below, that is 142% APR, or APY, and
yeah,
you have MDB and BNB. So again, it's very very lucrative, especially
yeah.
in a bear market, to accumulate these assets.
Exactly, right, so you're accumulating E-share down here. Okay, so you could take that on a ride. You're accumulating MDB, and that's just been up and to the right, and so you guys could do whatever you want with that. Like, basically, they have the potential to bear more yield if you choose that, or you could sell them. And E Share is the profit taking vehicle of EMP that doesn't hurt the ecosystem. So
Absolutely, and that's an
that's how
awesome
you want
point.
to take profit. So
Yeah,
you're being
thank you.
rewarded and it won't hurt the protocol if you do decide to sell it.
Yep, thank you for clarifying that, Matt. Again, we always say that eShare is the profit vehicle. Again, EMP is more of a utility token to earn more eShare. And yes, I mean you can sell eShare all day long without hurting our peg or hurting the protocol overall. And same with MDB. The way their economic model works,
Hmm.
when somebody sells MDB, the way that their taxes are and their trust fund, it actually helps the price of MDB go up by selling it, which again is crazy
So
to
interesting.
think
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so we talked about this is happening on the 30th. There's going to be 5,000 total. They're $300 each. And somebody was asking in here, if you can mint more than one. I'll let you answer that, even though I know the answer.
Yeah, brother. So again, this is an awesome, very unique thing that we have implemented with the Mint. So typically, NFTs are very FOMO based, where you got to get in right at the beginning. You got to get it or you miss out. Well, we definitely wanted to have that FOMO element, but we also wanted to be as fair as possible as well. So we are doing a very unique model of minting the NFT in 30-minute windows. So all 5,000 NFTs will be broken down into 10 30-minute windows of 500 NFTs a piece. And so in the first window at 8 a.m. Eastern or noon UTC, that will start the countdown. And when all 500 NFTs may be minted in 1 minute for that window, then you will have to wait 29 minutes for the next window. And then again, you'll be able to mint up to 500 and so on and so on. However, if we get to like the fourth or fifth 30-minute window and only say 200 of the NFTs are minted
Hmm.
out of that 500, that will signify the end of the mint. So this also creates a bunch of demand because there may be a chance that if the mint ends early, then there's even less NFTs available. So
Right.
this is very unique. And to answer the question, because we're doing it in Windows, there is no maximum amount that
Other than
other than
5,000.
right, other than 5,000. So yeah, or 500 in each window.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people in my community, as well as the MDB community, they've been talking about trying to get 500 on their
Yeah.
own.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, it's amazing.
That's cool. Awesome. Okay, so we've kind of hit a lot of these major points. How it's pure passive income because they're really not doing anything. They're not even having to, other than claiming, they're not having to click buttons or set timers or watch things.
Totally.
And then also, like, you expect this to grow over time, right? The reactor balance as you're compounding at 5-2 strategy.
Exactly, and that's a really important point. So, with all the new volume into Reactor, there may be some dilution to people that are already in
Hmm.
Reactor, but over the long run, not only are we able to grow the balance through compounding, but your LP, even though you may be
Yep.
getting less LP, your LP is worth way, way more in terms of dollar value. So it
Yeah.
really is a win-win, and we're not hurting the people already in Reactor. If anything, we're helping them, by making even more attractive. And again, I mean, we plan on possibly doing future NFTs that could add even more volume. I mean, we have a
Huh.
lot of ideas that can help. Again, EMP become the final form. I say that a lot, where we get away from the tomb
Right.
model
Right.
and really make something uh, uh, as bulletproof as possible and sustainable. So
Yeah, I like that. And I've heard you say before on some other AMAs that you guys will be the biggest and best actor in the reactor. I thought that was kind of
yep,
funny. So
yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
but truly, like, you will have the most power, but you'll use it the most responsibly, kind of idea, you know?
Exactly. What do they say? With great power comes great
There you go.
responsibility, right?
There you go.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, cool. Oh, one other question I had, and this is what I think will happen, but what is the benefit of having a strong eShare BNB pool, like liquidity? What does that do
yeah,
for eShare and
yeah.
for Yeah, what does it do?
Yeah, brother. So again, you ask all the right questions, Matt, for sure. So
Thanks,
as
man.
we've seen with these LP pools, having deep liquidity on any token, that is almost essentially a whale magnet because
Right.
large investors, they are not going to invest in a token that only has $100,000 of liquidity, where they go to invest
Mhm.
10 grand, and they push the price up 20% on their own buying. I mean, that is just not what smart money does.
Right.
So not only by having a large liquidity pool are we able to entice new investors, but we're also able to maintain a price a lot easier. In other words, you're not going to see, I mean, again, each share is always volatile, don't
Right.
get me wrong, but the more liquidity there is, the harder that price becomes. And again, you don't see these massive swings in price. You see that
Right.
gradual up and to the right approach instead. So yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Okay, yeah, so liquidity, basically the more the better. And would you
Yep.
say that it raises the price floor, like the deeper that it is?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
bro. Yep. The
of
higher the
E-Share.
Yep, exactly. And it
Okay,
also depends on where you pair that LP. So
got it.
as the price goes up, you're pairing your LP at a higher price, and that in turn will create a higher floor price over time. So yep, absolutely.
Important things to take note of for sure. Okay, so, another thing I see there's no whale tax, right, on this?
Yep.
Maybe you can
So
touch on
we
that.
are. Yep. We again, as I mentioned earlier, we're doing this through multiple wallets, all in a smart contract on the back end. And so by doing that, we're able to avoid the whale tax. So again, as our share grows, we're not
Mhm.
impacted, based on that tax. The tax is there to protect the protocol. But again, because we obviously are good actors, or
Yeah.
the best actor, and the biggest whale, we don't have to worry about that whale tax to mitigate our earnings.
Very cool. Okay, and then talk about, just I guess you guys call it EMP superchargers, but basically what you're trying to point out is how this helps the protocol, right? By these 2 things here?
Yep, absolutely. So that's our fun little marketing name that we've come up with. But I'm most excited, or again, I'm excited about everything. But
Yeah.
I love how superchargers will help the protocol as well. So
Yeah.
everybody says, man, well, 1.5 million in eShare BNB, like that's amazing. But what about EMP? And so this is the answer. So within Reactor, when you hit the Win It Now button, that there's a 10% fee that happens, and that goes directly to the treasury. So because we are using the Win It Now to get into Reactor, we have to pay that 10%. So
Mhm.
that's $150,000 that will be going right to the treasury to be able to leverage that, and by using other income streams. Again, we teased it already.
Mhm.
A large portion of that will be going into the Splinterlands ecosystem,
Okay.
to produce rental income. We can earn up to 40% APR on the funds in Splinterlands, and then that money will be used to buy and burn EMP forever. So again,
Awesome.
rather than just spending the money outright, and yeah, it would be amazing for Peg, to spend that 150 grand. But
Mhm.
we're more interested in putting it into a revenue stream so that we never have to touch the principal, and it can support Peg for the long term. So it's very important that we set that up. Yeah.
Very cool. That is awesome. Yeah, so burning EMP, removing it, decreasing the supply, because that's always one of the problems with Tomb Forks, right, is that reward token gets out of control, basically.
Yep,
And
totally.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
and we do. I mean, again, we no matter what, I mean, inflation, does get a bad
Mhm.
rap. There is a balance on
Yeah.
having good inflation and bad inflation. But like you said, the doom of every tomb fork is when that inflation gets out of control.
Yeah.
And so we're doing everything in our power to again mitigate that runaway inflation, and really produce something amazingly sustainable. And then we also will have a 5% royalty Again, we're looking to partner with NFTtrade.com. They're the biggest platform
Okay.
on BNB network. And that will be a secondary market where all the volume on the NFTs will happen, and they'll be able to code a 5% royalty on the
Very cool.
sales. So that again, that might come a
Yeah.
little bit later after we're minted and we're up and running, but that is also in the works. So
Got it. Yeah, just another opportunity to take those revenues and buy back and burn EMP and
totally.
help the overall ecosystem. So just to kind of refresh you guys, we got 5,000 NFTs. There's 5 legendaries. That already happened, right? The auction for those? Like
Yeah,
how'd it
so
go?
yeah, let's touch on that real fast. Again, I know it's a lot of info for everybody, but
Yeah.
we are doing 5 legendaries as well. And so the auction, so we are auctioning off 2 of them right now.
Okay.
Again, over the next 24 hours, there's already bids rolling in. It's a blind auction where you will submit your highest bid, both on Telegram or Discord. And so that will be a guaranteed way to get one of these legendaries. And then the other 3, again, we're a total of 5. We're auctioning off 2. The other 3 will be randomly distributed during the mint. So if you buy an NFT on Sunday, and maybe you want to buy more than one, again, not financial advice, but that will increase your chance of getting one of these legendaries at random through the minting
That'd
process.
be cool.
So yeah, and they are all 5 of them are one of a kind original artwork. They're solid gold robots with all unique traits and characteristics. We did release the image of the 2 that we're auctioning off. One of them is a Willy Wonka theme. That's an inside joke. In our community, everybody refers to me as the Willy Wonka of DeFi
Gotcha.
because we give away all of our lottery tickets and prizes. And
That's
the other
true.
one, yeah, is an amazing cyberpunk robot. So those 2 are up for grabs, and then we'll have 3 more 100% original artwork NFTs for their community during the mint. And again, the legendaries, they yield the same,
Mhm.
that 0.4% daily, but we want it to be fair to everybody else. However, these legendaries are going to have a massive value in our ecosystem. So by owning a
Okay.
legendary, you'll have early access to investment opportunities that are brought to us, all the detonators as a service. You'll be able to get in early on those. It'll have massive value in our ecosystem as well. So, yeah.
Very cool. So you can do the silent auction for 2 of them right now, or you can take your chances on just randomly getting one, right? The other 3.
Exactly. Yep,
Okay.
you got it, brother. Yep,
Cool.
and that's
Okay.
happening as we speak for the next 24 hours.
Where do
We'll
they
be
go to do
yeah.
that? Where do
Yep,
they
so yep, you can go to our Twitter, our Telegram, or our Discord. There'll be a Google form,
Okay.
and it's with BUSD or BNB. And the only stipulation is that you have to have the funds in your wallet that match the bid
Okay.
that you're making. So nobody can run up the bid. And so again,
Yeah.
and you have to provide your Telegram or Discord name as well. So we will be vetting everybody. But the MDB protocol, they did something similar with their legendaries, and they
Mhm.
went for $10,000. So it could
That's
be
awesome.
yeah an amazing opportunity for those that win the NFTs, the legendaries.
Mhm.
You could probably flip them for a great amount as well. So yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's awesome. So that's the legendaries, and then after they're minted, they just show up in your wallet? Is that what happens?
Yep, so we will
Okay.
be yep, all the artwork is done and finished. Again, they're just randomly distributed based on the number of the mint that
Okay.
you do. And then yeah, you'll be able to get them right in your wallet. Again, it can be a little confusing because MetaMask doesn't allow you to see them.
I
So
know.
you have to go to again a secondary market or even DBank, I think, will show them to you now
Got it.
as well. But yeah, nftrade.com. Again, it's a little confusing. It's NFT trade, but no two T's. So
Yeah.
only
Why'd they
one
do that?
T. Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know. That's crazy. Yeah, but yeah, that's the best way to see what you have minted. And
Okay.
again, it will be revealed in real time. So you won't know what you get until you pull it up. So
And
yeah,
then
it's
where's
exciting.
the mint taking place? Is it on the MDB website?
Yeah, so that's another awesome point. So again, technically, MDB is hosting the mint for us. So we will be releasing a link about 24 hours ahead of time, and it will be happening on the MDB website. So there'll be another tab. It'll be very simple and straightforward. You
Okay.
will connect your wallet. And then you will enter the amount you want to mint and make sure you have the BUSD or Phoenix Plus
Yep.
to match. And again, if it sells out by the time you submit your order, you will be refunded,
Okay.
your capital. I mean, you may lose out a little bit of gas, but
Yeah.
that's just the nature of the beast. Again, it's almost
Right.
almost like a pre-sale, where everybody's trying to FOMO in, and so
Right.
yeah, we're gonna party together with everybody and try to get everybody a chance to mint at least one during the process. So yeah, and two, real fast, Matt, if
Yeah.
you don't have to sign up to a whitelist or anything like that. This will all be available, ready to roll. But if you want a reminder on all the NFT details and then to be emailed a link, you can go to learnempmoney.com/NFT. So, and we'll post the link
Okay.
in all your socials. But that's another way to keep in the loop as well.
Very cool. Okay, yeah, and then you guys also, if you have questions, jump over into their Telegram and their Discord, and I'm sure they're going to be alerting everybody about the whole process and how this is going to work. And I also wanted to take just a second to say he touched on the EMP Academy. Um, and I just wanted to say that for me, like I kind of avoided Tomb Forks in the beginning because I told you this before. It was just confusing to me. It didn't make sense in my brain, and I kind of felt like I guess maybe I was embarrassed to ask questions or something. But to that point, their community is probably one of the nicest communities I've ever interacted with, and so that kind of says something to what you guys the kind of community that you've built because I went in there and everyone was so helpful and so kind. And basically, they're going to get you the help you need. That's what the point I'm trying to make. And whether it's in the academy or just asking people questions. And I just think it's great because not saying there's not fudders or different things like that, but I just felt like, man, these guys are genuinely nice. Like
I love
you
that.
don't often
Yeah.
find that in crypto.
Yeah, Matt. No, that again, man, that's one of the biggest compliments we can get. I mean, we call all of our community emperors or empresses again with EMP. But yeah, I mean, we make it a priority, to be welcoming. Again, we understand, that some people may be afraid to ask, and we're one of the only projects where we're not going to tell you, the token is going to moon, or
Yeah.
that you got to ape in. We want people to be educated investors because at the end of the day, that helps all of us make more
Right.
money in the protocol. So yeah, brother, we're big on education,
Yeah.
and we love our community, the best community in crypto. I know everybody says that, but
Yeah.
we are, bro. Yeah. So
Well, yeah, as an investor too, like you got to look at like the strength of the community. To me, that's one of my indicators of like, do they still have the same sentiment that the project is good, that they're all excited, that because once one thing turning that sentiment in the wrong direction, if you don't have like a strongly banded together community, can really mess things up. Even if it was like I don't want to. There was a something just happened to a project where they had to like pause a contract and they said they were going to get it back up in like 5 days. Well, in those 5 days, the community just turned south completely, and they didn't have that strong like knit together like this is not a problem and that protocol is no longer around. So it's like,
yeah.
or at least for the time being, it's no longer around. So to that point, it's you guys can weather a lot of storms and keep that sentiment in the right direction. So I think
Yep.
that's important as an investor,
Yeah,
personally.
no doubt, Matt. Again, that means a lot, and I mean, obviously, like I said at the very beginning of this AMA, nobody is immune to the bear market,
Yeah,
and we have had people concerned about
yeah,
peg, and that's understandable. I mean, we've done everything we can to,
Mhm.
build for the future. And there will be volatility in the short term, but as long as you have that long term mindset, this
Mhm.
can be an amazing protocol for passive income with exposure to ETH and BNB, which again are outperforming Bitcoin, even as we see it now. So, I'm really bullish for the future. And again, I mean, now we're seeing all everything that we've said is going to happen has happened, and we've lost peg before
Mhm.
as well, and we've recovered. So again, we feel like our track record has been speaking for itself for sure.
Awesome. Yeah. So, you guys have an eye to the future. You haven't stopped building, even in the bear market. You keep innovating and trying to bring in new revenue streams. Those are all super important things. You hear all the time that bear markets are for building, and those who do are going to reap the benefits on the next bull run. So yeah, you look at all those factors. So you guys have done a good job with that. Implementing the new detonator as a service stuff, these new NFT mints, and a little maybe I'll ask you what you kind of see for the future. But let me run through some of the questions if there are any here in the comments. So
Yeah, please
people,
do.
yeah,
Absolutely,
so
brother. I have all the time in the world, bro. This is my last AMA for the day, so yeah,
okay,
please. I would love to have questions. Yeah.
awesome, yeah. And if you have them after hearing what we talked about, if there's anything we didn't cover, go ahead and ask them now. A lot of people are just saying, they love the protocol and they love what's going on. Let's see. Oh, here's a crypto babe saying, let's see here. 4,500 is the highest confirmed bid right now in the auction. So that's pretty cool.
Wow, that's alpha on your channel, Matt.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that, bro. I love it. I'm on that spreadsheet, seeing all the bids come in. So there you go, 4,500 already.
that is
What
awesome.
we're 1 hour in, or 2 hours in. But yeah, amazing. So and Crypto Babe, shout out to her, LA.
She's
She's
awesome.
actually right on, Matt. I know she's gonna love to hear that. She
Yeah.
is part of our team now. We brought her on about a month ago. She's the head of our marketing and PR, and she has absolutely killed it over the last week. She set up all of these AMAs. I know she spoke to you
Yeah, she did.
directly, and so
Yeah.
all I had to do again. I mean, I'm definitely getting tired now, but
Yeah.
all I had to do was show up to these AMAs and deliver. But this is what I live for, bro. I love crypto. I love this project. I love our community, and I'm so excited to share it. With you and everybody else
Yeah.
that we've been able to get to. So yeah.
Awesome, man. Okay. Let's see. Crypto Randy, which another helpful, super helpful person in your community. He says you can see them on MetaMask Mobile. I guess just not on your laptop, the NFTs.
Perfect. There you go, Randy. Yep.
So
Again, another one of our what we call our EMP Army members.
yeah,
Yeah. And so yeah, there you go. Perfect. Thank you,
awesome.
Randy,
And
for
then
sure.
here's some alpha for you. Wayne Stewart says, "Can I buy it now for 10 G's?"
Wow, holy cow.
Do you have a
I
buy it
love
now
it.
button for this?
I know, we should
A
have
win
thought
it
about
now.
that. Oh, I love it, the win it now on the NFTs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, oh, man, Wayne, well, we already released all the details,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I'm gonna have to say no, but, man, what a offer, Wayne, and, again, brother, we are really excited for what this NFT has done, and we're really bullish on, the fact that it is almost the easy button, for our protocol,
Yeah.
and so we absolutely have plans on releasing future NFTs. Again, you'll never be able to get another Sentinel Squadron NFT, but we do have plans on maybe some other secondary NFTs in the future. So yeah, amazing stuff.
Cool. Awesome. Well, that kind of wraps up all the questions from the comment section. I feel like I kind of hit everything other than I kind of maybe the last question for me is if you could just kind of touch on where you guys are headed in the future. So, maybe the next 6 months. I know that's kind of even a long time in DeFi, but where is your what's your eye on like moving toward just so people could get an understanding that like you guys have been around for 7 months plus and you're not going anywhere, so maybe just some
Totally.
reinforcement of like we've got plans to be here. Like, what does that look like for you guys?
Yeah, no doubt, Matt. So again, I mean, we again a day in crypto is
Yeah,
an eternity.
yeah,
But we have and again, people laugh at us when I say this, but we have a 1 year, a 5 year, and a 10 year roadmap. And obviously, our 5 and 10 year roadmap are pretty vague, because we're always about pivoting
Yeah.
under market conditions, and we've been super
Hmm.
agile in that, and the fact that if we see an opportunity, we're gonna go after it. So but again, I mean, we're not going anywhere. We have plans, for major exchange listings in the future. We have a ton of partnerships. In the works, and really after this NFT, the two major development roadmap items are the detonator as a service.
Hmm.
So we've had amazing success with that as well. Again, these contracts are proprietary, and so they are closed source, meaning nobody can fork them, because they
Hmm.
are so valuable. And so again, we announced the alpha on our own AMA earlier this week, but we're in partnership with Paladin right now, getting an audit on the closed source contract, so that again people can be even more confident in detonator as a service. And that was a prerequisite for working with another protocol that is absolutely massive. So we feel like we
Cool.
can really scale the detonator as a service into, right now we have two.
Uh-huh.
Again, we just launched it about a month ago. So um, but the first one was Generator, that was with Splinterlands, and then Cultivator was with XGrow, or Growth DeFi, the same people behind Hypermine and Xperps. So, but both of those protocols have had major success with Detonator as a service. And again, think about this.
Yeah.
Not only do we offer a licensing fee, uh, only payable in EMP. So again, that's buying pressure on EMP. But then we also get up to 4% of all the volume that those contracts produce,
Cool.
the incoming volume. So over time, if we have 10,
Hmm.
20, 100 detonators as a service, and again, because it's EVM compatible, we can go on multiple chains as well. So we could be on ETH mainnet, Avalanche, again, more alpha. Our next partner
Okay.
is on Avalanche. So we
All
will
right.
be we will be multi-chain in the next month or so. And so my point is, if we get 100 detonator as a service, partners up and running, that could be $100,000 a week of revenue into the protocol, and that will go towards again, not only maintaining peg, but
Yeah.
then be fresh capital into detonator and reactor of our own protocols, to
Okay.
where all the investors already in detonator and reactor, any new investors, they're getting bolstered from all that new volume, coming in without having
Right.
to pay it out, to whoever's investing it, because it's fresh capital. So yeah, that's when we could see, the daily burst in reactor and detonator go parabolic. So we're excited, man. It's really exciting. And again, just more on the roadmap. We're building for sustainability. So even though
Yeah.
again we'll always be pegged to Ethereum, again we feel like ETH could do a 10x
Hmm.
alone in the next bull run.
Yeah.
We'll never alter that. However, we are going to probably alter a little bit of the other mechanisms, again, to control some of that inflation that we spoke about earlier, and other ways to really make EMP as sustainable and bulletproof as possible. So, and we have the development. Our developer Jake is amazing. The rest of our team, I mean, we've never had an exploit. We've had 100% uptime. We've never
Yeah.
even missed a deadline from what we have been able to offer. So,
That says a lot.
yeah, we've been firing on all cylinders for sure, brother.
Yeah, that says a lot for sure. So yeah, you guys can get the picture here with the detonator as a service and how that could benefit, because basically you're taking that 4%, and I don't know if all of it's going to it, but you're just swallowing up and buying EMP off the market and
Yeah,
burning it essentially.
totally. Yeah. So again, the 4% is in LP from whatever those protocols
Got it.
LP is, and so half of that is almost always the a blue chip token, and so we can unpair the LP and sell that, or
Mhm.
again use it to buy EMP, and then the other end, we typically there's also an earning potential, in those respective protocols
Right.
by holding the assets anyway. So now we're able to double our yield, and worst case scenario, we just sell it all. We're providing our own exit liquidity, because we're building up the LP so
Yeah.
much that
Yeah.
it doesn't even really hurt, the protocol. Again, we would never want to hurt our
Right.
partners, but that's a really unique feature that once you realize that, you're like, whoa, providing our own exit liquidity, like that's massive. So yeah,
Right. Yeah, because, liquidity is worth its weight in gold. So like you
for
said,
sure.
most DeFi projects, that's what they need more of. And what you guys are providing to them with the detonator as a service is a way to strengthen their liquidity by locking up all the tokens.
Yep,
And
exactly,
so yeah.
and not diluting, because typically with typical farms or LP incentives, they reward you in their native asset or
Yeah.
a secondary asset. But if the native asset or the secondary asset don't have value, then it literally just
Mhm.
dumps, to
Yep.
zero. But with detonator, again, all that the rewards are self-contained, and if anything, it locks up more of the circulating supply of the tokens, which is
Mhm.
a positive price impact. So yeah, pretty amazing.
Very awesome. Okay, well, you guys got a good overview and a good picture of what EMP is, kind of where they've been, where they're headed, and about this Sentinel Squadron NFT mint. This is happening again on October 30th. It's going to be $300. You can get as many as you want within the $5,000 limit. They're going to be those 30-minute time blocks. I'm just kind of recapping stuff for you guys.
Yep, no doubt.
Um,
So, and 5,000, so you misspoke, but I know what you meant. You said $5,000 limit, but
oh,
5,000 NFT
NFT
limit.
limit.
Yep, so yeah,
Yes.
no worries,
Thank you for
brother. Yeah.
thank you for
Yeah, yeah.
clarifying. You
Yep.
can spend more than 5,000 if you
Yeah,
want to.
please. Yeah,
Yeah.
not financial advice. Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah,
Yeah.
there's a 5,000 NFT limit, and the start time is 8 AM Eastern and 12 PM UTC. The mint is gonna take place on MDB's website. There's gonna be some kind of a mint now or some kind of a very
Yep.
clear button here that's gonna take you there, but again, join their Telegram and their Discord, and make sure you're all set up. Have your BUSD ready or your, Phoenix Plus ready, whatever you want to use to mint. That's really it. So that's exciting stuff, you guys. I'm pumped about this.
Right on, Matt. Well, again, bro, you did an amazing job recapping all of that. And, bro, I'm so honored to be here. Again, you've been a major supporter, and I love your approach. Again, I've always said you're one of the good guys, bro. So,
Thanks,
again,
man. I
the
appreciate that.
yeah, the DeFi landscape, it can be really scammy and chilly,
Yeah,
but you've always been extremely transparent and real with what you're saying. So again, man, it was an honor being here,
for
and shout
sure.
out to your whole community. And
Yeah.
yeah, bro, let's celebrate on Sunday when we sell out. I'd
Yeah.
love to be back on for an update for sure,
Yeah,
bro.
that'd be
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, you're welcome back on the channel anytime, that's for sure. I know you guys are I've heard you say you're expecting this could be the biggest NFT mint on BSC chain, right? Like
Yeah,
it has
brother.
the potential to.
It is, and that's
Yeah.
really what we're hoping for. Again, the MDB NFT, again, that we mentioned earlier, their Infinity, they minted a month ago, and they're number two already.
Okay.
So it
Yeah.
would be amazing if we had number one and number two spot on all of the BSC network. So yeah, that's what we're shooting for sure, brother.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, AJ, thank you so much. You guys, everyone who tuned in, all of you guys, thank you for supporting the channel, for tuning in. Hopefully you guys got some great value. You're pumped about what's going to happen. I ask you right now to go ahead and like the video again and subscribe if you want to the channel. Love to have you guys. But apart from that, I want you guys to go out and have a great rest of your day. And we'll see you on the 30th.
All right, brother. Thanks again. Bye bye, everyone.
Yeah, man. Thanks, everybody. Bye.